Nordstrom closing their flagship location in San Francisco over the weekend. Interesting to see them sort of backing out of this big mall. Obviously a trend we've seen, some pretty wild images to take a look at on your screen right now. But I think what stuck out to me is that it is in San Francisco. And San Francisco downtown right now, it's not like we're just talking about Nordstrom. There's been an exodus in the San Francisco downtown area, overall from retail, overall from just businesses in office spaces. Crime has been a big problem in San Francisco. And then when you think about the retail story and what we've been talking about with theft, you wonder if that's going to play a role in the overall retail sector here, right? We just have retail earnings the last 2 weeks. Yep. Basically everyone, including Nordstrom, talked about theft having a problem. Shrink is having a problem at these stores. If I am a store retail owner and it is that frequent of a problem in different places, when you think about a high crime area like San Francisco, do you just operate less stores in cities where it's a problem? I wonder if that becomes a trend.
It's crazy to me that theft is such an issue.
I mean, those images were like JCPenney back in the day when they were closing, right? And now it's actually Nordstrom, a very successful retailer. San Francisco is, I mean, that story goes beyond what, beyond the scope of what we can talk about here. But, you heard Elon Musk saying, we're not going to leave San Francisco. We're going to stay there. Easy for a business to stay there when you don't really operate a retail operation where people are coming in, strangers off the street coming in. It's not a security risk situation. But San Francisco, just hopefully they can kind of rebound and get the office workers back in the city, get some sort of crime and, drug use sort of control there in that city. Because right now, Nordstrom, I mean, that's a pretty big retailer that's going to be gone. And we showed a graphic of like Whole Foods, a couple other retailers are leaving the city.
Right. Like really the number one in their respective industries, right? Just leaving the city.
And it's a trend also beyond San Francisco too. And you just think about retail. UBS had great research when Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy about just the fact that this is going to be a thing that you are going to continue to see. Michael Lasser over at UBS estimated 50,000 retail stores are going to close by 2027. 50,000 stores. That is a lot of stores when you think about, we talk a lot about the Amazon effect and what e-commerce has done.
Well, look,
but that feels like more than just Amazon. That's just not being able to get people in some of these stores too. And maybe just some of these stores, I mean, you specifically think about the Bed Bath story, they just expanded too big in areas. They just had too many Bed Bath stores in too close of an area. And so it's interesting to see now how companies are rethinking that strategy. You don't need to flood the zone necessarily with in-store retail.
Yeah, one of the key points that Lasser pointed out was the high operating costs and wages and how much it takes to run a lot of these stores when you have that online presence at the same time. It just feels like there's a lot going
against. Ship it to them. Just ship them some stuff.
I
think Amazon did that well, right? We don't need to run stores.
I sometimes go to stores and I ship them after I try them on in stores to my parents' place because I avoid the taxes in New York.
Okay.
It's smart. It's a smart work.
That's a savvy tip. Only on the round table.
Savvy tip. The more you know.